Part 52. Infinite Doomsday Start Draws Luodu Mechanic. Author, Shanmao Aichiji. Chapter 511. The three demon kings were already scared by Ruger, and now that they found out that he was not alone and that there was an equally unfathomable Diavolo beside him, they had long lost their fighting spirit. When they heard Ruger say that he wanted to invite them to Diavolo's place to sit, have a meal and chat, the three demon kings immediately shook their heads and said all kinds of polite words. In the end, the three of them politely sent Ruger and the other two to the road leading to Diavolo's place of fear, and they left on the grounds that they still needed to discuss the defense plan. And for the first time, they sincerely said to Ruger, "After you settle down here, come to the hell furnace as soon as possible. Burning hell will also be your home in the future, and you should also participate in the war meeting against the Supreme Heaven." When Mephisto said this, Ruger heard the system ding-dong, and a red font message popped up for him that he had never seen before. It was written on it, "The host has been recognized by Burning Hell and officially became one of the 7 demon kings of Burning Hell. Host starts the legendary career series of tasks, Lord of Hell. After completion, you can become the absolute king of Burning Hell in the true sense. Completion method, unknown. Lord of Hell?" When Ruger saw this message, he couldn't help but smile bitterly. "I thought, a word I said casually for fun, but it turned out to be true. The most important thing is that although the system said that the completion method is unknown, Ruger knows how to do it. If he absorbs all the devil essences of the other 6 hell devils, he can become the ultimate evil and the true Lord of Hell. But, in that case, he has to suck Tia dry." Turning his head to look at Tia, who looked like a red dragon, Ruger immediately shook his head in his heart, and hugged her waist, which was several meters long but still just as slender as her height of more than 10 meters, and put this task on hold indefinitely. "Come on, wife, let's go home and have a look." What? This is not home." Tia leaned on Ruger's huge Andariel's arms, with her slender tail swinging back and forth behind her. She looked very happy, but she said, "We should go back to our real home and have a look." "Yeah, okay." Ruger understood what she meant and nodded immediately. "Let's arrange the situation here first, and then we'll go back to our real home. Diablo's Land of Fear is a dangerous place composed of a series of volcanoes in the burning hell. If that guy hadn't been super fire resistant, Ruger could hardly imagine how he could have used this place as his home without wings. But for Diablo, this is really a good defensive fortress. But neither of them had the intention of staying here for long. After Ruger helped Tia gain control of the Land of Fear, he immediately prepared to leave. With a divine artifact that is infinitely close to the Singularity Gem representing the control of the Land of Fear, this area of the burning hell can become Tia's space, similar to the Lugger system space. Summoning a group of magma dragons is just a snap of the fingers for Tia. Unfortunately, because this place is of the same level as the small world contained in the Singularity Gem, Tia cannot summon the monster troops of the burning hell on the lost planet that has not been released to the outside world. Otherwise, the clearing progress on the lost planet would be faster. After the matter was settled, Lugger was not interested in really going to the hell furnace to attend any military meeting. He took Tia directly and opened the portal to his own world. A string of strange and familiar white light wrapped himself, and after a string of faint dizziness, Lugger finally returned to his hut in the original world. Everything around him was still the same as before. But the notebook on the computer desk had disappeared. At the same time, the room was covered with dust. "How long has it been?" Lugger hurried to find the mobile phone on the table, but it was out of power. Even the electricity in this room was cut off. Fortunately, although this cabin is not his own, the rent is paid annually. Otherwise, I am afraid that this house will be rented to someone else by the landlord when he comes back this time. Tisk tisk, your place is really dirty. How long has it not been cleaned? After being told by Tia, Ruger came back to his senses from the shock. He couldn't help but smile bitterly and spread his hands and said, "I don't know either. I hope it won't be too long." Well, it wasn't too long. He has been in the world of Rogue City for almost half a year. But here in the main world, only 2 months have passed. The power was cut off for not paying the electricity bill for 2 months, which still made Ruger very unhappy. But he had no choice, because the electricity bill of the cabin was paid by prepaid card, and the power would be automatically cut off when the last 10 degrees of electricity were used. And when he left, it was just about time to pay the electricity bill. In general, it was much better than Ruger thought when he first came back that several months or even half a year had passed. It was a close call. However, although he was away for only 2 months, he missed a lot of things. Other things were easy to deal with, such as business. Anyway, he had no income for several months and his shop was not open, so he was lucky. But there was one thing that he had to spend a lot of time on. That was how to explain to his parents about his sudden disappearance for 2 months. However, looking at Tia beside him, Ruger laughed. With her here, there won't be any problems with his parents. In fact, it is true. When they saw him bringing home a beautiful girl with a rather exotic look, but overall more oriental flavor, the anger of Lu's father and mother disappeared instantly. What's the big deal about disappearing for 2 months? If they can really trick this girl into being their daughter-in-law, they won't mind disappearing for 2 years. Tia's temper is likable. When Lu's mother heard that Ruger was going to bring his girlfriend back, she prepared a large table of delicious dishes early. The bomb girl has 3 good points: bombs, guns, and all you can eat. This meal was a joy to eat. Looking at Tia eating there, Lu's mother next to her marveled at her appetite and smiled at the recognition of her cooking skills. Ruger couldn't help but feel warm in his heart. It's great to go home. But, he is back. Tia was also very satisfied with the atmosphere of this new home, but Ruger also knew that if he didn't see Max and his wife for a day, his mission would not be completed at all. Tia also needs to see her parents and have her own home. A spiritual home besides the new home built with Ruger. Diablo's Land of Fear is not it? The alchemy workshop in Rogue City is not it? Only the home where her parents are can become another home that makes her feel at ease, her hometown. Then, what Ruger has to do next is to find a way to join the space-time war after rejecting the call of the space-time hub. Only in this way can he see Max and his wife who are fighting as space-time lords. But that is another story. End of this book.